Final practice at the Losail International Circuit, and although conditions will be different for qualifying and race, it was time for those final simulation runs before the real business begins. Both Silver Arrows looked quick, with Valtteri Bottas bossing the first and third sectors, and Lewis Hamilton superb in the second. And it was the Flying Finn with the bragging rights as the flag fell, with the time of 1 minute 22.310, 8 tenths quicker than his best time in FP2. And now, the new track lap record. Bottas will be looking for his third consecutive pole this weekend, and by the looks of it, he's in with a shout for at least a front row start in the inaugural Qatar Grand Prix. Having traded top spots several times with his Mercedes colleague, Hamilton was second quickest, just 7/100ths back, some 2 tenths quicker than the nearest rival's Red Bull. In the garage, the Milton Keynes teams were doing their best to obscure prying eyes, but out on track, Max Verstappen had the edge over Sergio Perez. The Mexican ran very wide at turn 15 and had been off the pace in second practice, but his P5 in FP3 shows the upward trend he will hope to keep going for the rest of the weekend. Pierre Gasly was once again fighting at the top. He suffered a slow speed spin at turn 2, cold tyres and a lack of downforce, seeing the AlphaTauri driver effect a neat 360 spin. But P4 proves he's still in the mix. The Frenchman hailed Friday practice in Qatar as probably his best of the season, finishing P2 in both sessions and displaying every chance of a decent showing in qualifying. And although accepting Mercedes and Red Bull should be ahead on race pace, should there be an opportunity, he's looking good for a high place finish in Sunday's Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc suffered a spin into the gravel, the Monegasque losing control through turn 2. P6 and P7 in FP1, Ferrari had found the going trickier in second practice, which is crucially the session more representative of qualifying and race conditions. But with a P6 for Carlos Sainz and a P9 for Leclerc in FP3, the Scuderia still looked to have the edge over McLaren in Qatar. It was a mixed bag for the Woking outfit on Friday, but Lando Norris's P5 under the floodlights would have buoyed the spirits. P11 for Daniel Ricciardo and P13 for Norris in FP3 may not be a true representation of their pace once cooler conditions prevail in qualifying. Mick Schumacher lost the rear of his Haas, the German rookie carrying too much speed through turn 2. His teammate Nikita Mazepin suffered an engine problem before he'd even left the pit lane, parking on the exit. The Haas team pushing the car back to the garage to resolve the issue. The Russian driver missed the whole of FP2 after damaging his chassis on the curbs in first practice and sat out the entirety of the final session 2. So it's Mercedes 1 and 2 with Bottas best, Verstappen P3 ahead of Gasly, Perez and Sainz. Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon managed P7 and P8 respectively for Alpine, ahead of Leclerc and Yuki Tsunoda. Ricciardo's P11, then Sebastian Vettel P12, 3 places higher than Lance Stroll, a disappointing session for Aston Martin. Norris is P13, then George Russell P14. The 2 Alfa Romeos are next. Kimi Raikkonen won better than Antonio Giovinazzi. Nicholas Latifi was P18, Schumacher P19, and Mazepin once again unable to put a time on the board.